Hi students, welcome back to the session of thermodynamics. My name is Fanindra and I am lecturer in physics working in Vignan institutions. So let us continue our discussion regarding the chapter thermodynamics. Basically, in today's session, let us see different types of processes like isobaric, isochoric, isothermal and adiabatic processes. So before going into the different types of thermodynamic process, let us see what is meant by a path. So the path is nothing but the location of series of points representing the state through which the system passes is called as path. See once again. So the path is defined as the locus of series of points. So you want to join the locus of all the points which represents the state through which the system should passes. So consider a system. For that system, let we are drawing a graph. Let we are drawing a PV graph where pressure is on y-axis and volume is on x-axis. Initially, let the equilibrium state of the system be A. A is the equilibrium state of the system at particular time. So after at this point A, let the system is having pressure P1, volume V1, temperature T1. Later, by any means, by external work done or by heating the system, its thermodynamic variables are changed, which means the system passes through a point B, where the pressure is P2, V2, T2. Similarly, if it goes to another state C, where the pressure is P3, V3, C3, and finally to D. This A, B, C, D, this locus, the line joining these points is nothing but the path. The line joining is nothing but the path. Similarly, so this is the initial state and this is the final state. Only the ABC is this line is called as path. This process or the process from A to D. What is meant by process? Process is nothing but complete description of change of state along the path of the line. So it tells about the complete description how the process going on is nothing but the process. So from initial to final state, the path followed by A, B, C, D is not only the process but it can also be done in this manner in a different path where B1 or C1. ABCD is a process and the line joining the states is nothing but the path. So from initial to final, the process it may follow different paths. Okay, so basically the processor of the process represents the description, the change in the state from initial to final, how it is changed. So there are different types of processes. So the first one is isobaric process. And the second one is isochoric. Third one is isothermal process. And the fourth one is adiabatic process. These are the different types of process that we will learn in this session of the video. Before learning these four different types of process, let us see what is quasi-static process. Okay students, so the next one is quasi-static process. So what is meant by quasi-static process? A quasi-static process can be defined as infinitely slow process. It is a slow process in which the system remains in thermal and mechanical equilibrium, which means it should be remain in thermodynamic equilibrium with the surroundings at each other and in every intermediate state. So quasi-static process says that the system should be in thermal equilibrium and mechanical equilibrium at every intermediate state. Such process is called as quasi-static process. So let us see what is meant by quasi-static process in detail. So let us consider a cylinder over which a frictionless piston is present, and to this frictionless piston there is some holder upon it. Okay, so if we place some weights from smaller weights on this piston, what will happen? So if we place some weights, the piston will go down. At this position, let the pressure be P1, volume is V1 and the temperature is T1. Now, if you start removing these weights, if you start removing the weight one after the another, what will happen? Slowly the piston will move up, right? So what happens if you remove the weight of infinitely small values? If you remove the weight of much smaller values, then the weight goes on decreasing very slowly. As the weight goes on decreasing very slowly, the piston is also moving up very slowly, which means suppose if you remove 1 milligram of weight, let us consider an example, 1 milligram of weight, there is no much change. As you have taken a point, so at that time let the pressure be P2, volume is V2 and the temperature is T2. As you remove a smaller weight, then the change in pressure or change in volume or change in temperature is 0. So which means the changes is 0. So which means the system is in thermal equilibrium and mechanical equilibrium. So such type of process are called quasi-static process. There are slow process, there are infinitely slow process. So this process truly does not exist, it's just a hypothetical process. So remember students, quasi-static means static, means rest, which means it should not change, which means the system should be in thermodynamic equilibrium. Thermodynamic equilibrium is thermal equilibrium and mechanical equilibrium. Okay students, now let us see the first process, that is isobaric process. Isobaric process. What is meant by isobaric process? So the process in which system undergoes a change in its volume and temperature at a constant pressure by the exchange of heat energy with the surroundings is called isobaric process. That means here in isobaric process the pressure should be constant. Pressure is constant. So how it will happen? What is the first, how we can write the mathematical equation of first law of thermodynamics? Let's see. So let us consider a cylinder with a frictionless piston over here and filled it with some ideal gas, and let this cylinder be heated with an heat energy of amount dq. Here initially let the state be are having a pressure of P, P1, V1, T1. By using isothermic process, the pressure should be constant, only volume and temperature changes in isobaric process. So the final state after heating will be P1, V2 and T2. What happens to this heat energy given? Heat energy given to this is used to increase the volume and increase the temperature with exchange of heat energy with the surroundings. So heat energy will be exchanged through surroundings. So here at a constant pressure. So as the pressure to be constant, this piston will move up to this point. Let it be a by a displacement of dx. Let A is the area of cross section. Let A is the area of cross section. Hence, work done by the system to move the piston is equal to dW is nothing but dW is equal to here P into force into displacement dx. Force is nothing but pressure into area P into A into dx. A into dx is nothing but change in volume. So P into dV is nothing but dW. So here as the pressure is constant, the amount of heat supplied dQ is heat supplied at constant pressure, which is equal to, from the definition of molar specific heat capacities, let N is the number of moles and Cp is molar specific heat capacity at a constant temperature. Let dt is the change in temperature, then dq is equal to ncp dt. From first law of thermodynamics, the equation, mathematical equation will be dq is equal to du plus dw will remains the same. Here dq is equal to ncp dt, dw is equal to pdv, and change in internal energy can be calculated. So if you draw a graph between pressure and volume, PV graph, if you draw the graph on volume on y-axis and x-axis, pressure is on y-axis. As the pressure remains constant, if the volume increases, it will be in this manner. The volume increases from V1 to V2. So this is the graph, right? So the area bounded by the PV graph represents the work done. This area gives work done. Work done is equal to area of the PV graph, right? Here for an ideal gas, we know that the equation PV is equal to nRT. Here P is constant, N is constant, and R is constant, which means V is directly proportional to T. So which means this gases obeys Charles' law. Charles' law states that at a constant pressure, volume is directly proportional to its temperature. So V is directly proportional to T, or V by T remains constant. V by T is equal to constant. So this is about isobaric process. Remember students, isobaric process means the pressure should be constant. Pressure remains constant. Okay students, now let us see the second process, that is isochoric process. Isochoric process. Here isochoric process means the process in which a system can undergo a change in pressure and temperature at a constant volume with the exchange of heat energy with the surroundings is called as isochoric process. So isochoric process means volume should remain constant. Volume should be constant. Okay, so let us see an experiment of deriving how it will be. Let us consider a cylinder over which a piston is present. It is not movable piston. In later cases we have seen that it is a movable piston, but here the piston is not movable. Let it be a fixed piston. Now by heating the cylinder by amount of heat energy, let it be the dq. So this heat energy is supplied to the cylinder at constant volume. Volume remains constant, which means pressure and temperature increases. So as we heated the system, the gas inside the gas, the pressure and temperature increases, but the piston is not movable. This increase in temperature is used for only internal energy. No work is done by the system on the piston. So the amount of heat energy given to the system is utilized only by the change in internal energy. So which means the here dq is at constant volume, which is equal to, if n is the number of moles and cv is the molar specific heat capacity of the gas, then the change in temperature is dt. So dq is equal to ncv dt. Here the work done by the system is 0. As it is placed in a constant volume, work done is 0. Hence the first law of thermodynamics gives dq is equal to du plus dw will become dq is equal to du plus 0, as work done is 0. Therefore dq is equal to du, where dq is equal to ncv dt. So du is equal to ncv dt. Du is equal to ncv dt for a isochoric process. So if we draw a graph, PV diagram for isochoric process, V on x-axis, pressure on y-axis, the graph will be in this manner. If pressure is decreasing, the arrow will be downwards. Pressure is increasing, arrow will be upwards. So let it be the P1 to P2 the volume V. Here volume remains constant. So as there is no area under PV graph, the work done will be 0. Okay. So this is about isochoric process. Students, so next one is cyclic process. What is meant by a cyclic process? A process in which system undergoes series of changes and which returns to the system back to its initial state is known as cyclic process. Cyclic means it should once again come back to its original state, right? Cyclic means that. So here, so if we saw a system, let us consider a system whose PV graph is drawn, PV, right? Initially, let it be at state A, whose values are P1, V1, T1. So by undergoing a change in the system, let it be the at a position of B, whose values are P2, V2, T2. And once again to another system where its values are P3, V3, T3, like this. And once again it is coming back to a position of B dash where its values are P4, V4, T4, and coming back to its original state in this direction. Back to the original state. So if the system starts from initial position and undergoes certain process and it should return back to the same initial state, then such process is called a cyclic process. Such process is called cyclic process. In this cyclic process, the thermodynamic state variables that are pressure, volume, temperature, so changes depending upon the process, but as it returns to its original position, there is no change in thermodynamic process state variables. That means the internal energy should be 0. So the change in internal energy is 0. In a cyclic process, the change in internal energy du is equal to 0. Then what happens to the, from first law of thermodynamics, you can see from first law of thermodynamics, we know that dq is equal to du plus dw. Here dq is the amount of heat supplied, which is du is 0, plus dW. So dQ is equal to dW. The amount of heat supplied is used to the work done by the system. The amount of heat supplied to the system is used to the external work done by the system. So as it returns to its original state by undergoing different process, in cyclic process, change in internal energy is 0 and dQ is equal to dW. So this is a cyclic process. In cyclic process, how to calculate the work done? If a PV graph is given and the process undergoes in this manner, A, B, C, D, in the clockwise direction. In this direction, as you can see, in this direction, as a volume is increasing, right? So it is a positive work here, positive work. The work done will be positive. And if it is in anti-clockwise direction, if it is in anti-clockwise direction, you can see that the volume is decreasing here, negative work. Work done will be negative. Okay. So the area bounded in this cyclic process, the closed area is nothing but the work done. The work done by the work done is calculated by using the area of this closed one of the cyclic process. So the next process is isothermal process. So in isothermal process is which a system undergoes physical changes in such a way that the temperature remains constant by the exchange of heat energy with the surroundings. So remember students, in isothermal process, thermal, as the name indicates, isothermal, thermal means temperature, so temperature remains constant. Temperature is constant. Okay, so for a system to undergo isothermal process, some of the conditions should be there, such as the cylinder, consider a cylinder in which a movable piston is placed. So to continue this process, the system should, the walls of the system would be in thermal contact with the surroundings, which means they are able to exchange the heat energy with the surroundings. Okay, as the temperature is constant, change in temperature is 0. As the change in temperature is 0, the internal energy will be 0. Change in internal energy will be 0. So from first law of thermodynamics, we know that the equation is dq is equal to du plus dw. Here as du is 0, so dq is equal to 0 plus dw. Therefore dq is equal to dw. The amount of heat energy supplied should be used for the external work done. Right? For an ideal gas equation, we know that the ideal gas equation for ideal gas, so PV is equal to nRT. As in isothermal process, temperature remains constant, R is constant, N number of moles is constant, so PV is constant, which means P is proportional to 1 by V. So which this gas obeys Boyle's law. So P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Remember students, in isothermal process, PV is equal to constant and amount of change in internal energy du is equal to 0, and from first law of thermodynamics, dq is equal to dw. And remember, isothermal process is a quasi-static process. It is a slow process. Okay, so if you draw the graph between PV graph, PV, as the temperature is constant and P is inversely proportional to V, so this is the process. P is inversely proportional to V. For isothermal process, the PV graphs look like this. Okay, students, now let us see what is the work done, how to calculate the work done by using isothermal process. Okay, students, now let us see what is the work done by the isothermal process. So, consider a cylinder filled with an ideal gas. Suppose this over this cylinder a piston is placed, a movable piston and a frictionless piston is placed. Now by applying some force, let we move this piston slightly upwards. Let initially for initial conditions, the pressure is P1, volume is V1 and the temperature is T. And these walls of the cylinder are made up of good conductors of heat so that it can absorb the heat or it can exchange the heat energy with the surroundings. Now when I move the piston upwards by a small distance of dx by applying a force F, okay, what happens? The volume changes and the pressure changes and the temperature also changes. As these are the good conductors of heat, heat energy will be exchanged with the surroundings, keeping them in a thermal equilibrium. So that the finals values will be pressure P2, volume V2 and the temperature T2. So work done by us is nothing but work done is equal to force into displacement which is the small work done dW is equal to force F into displacement is dx. So dW is equal to force is nothing but pressure into area P into A into dx. A into dx is nothing but dW is equal to pdV. So if you want to calculate the total work done, capital W, let us represent it by capital W. For isothermal process, let it be isothermal. So total work done in case of isothermal process is equal to integral of dW 0 to W, which is equal to integral of dW is nothing but pdV, where the volume changes from V1 to V2. The volume is changing from V1 to V2. So from ideal gas equation, what is the ideal gas equation? PV is equal to nRT, right? From which P is equal to, P can be written as, if N is equal to 1, that is number of moles is equal to 1, P can be written as RT by V. P can be represented as RT by V. So the equation can be written as isothermal work done is equal to integral of, in terms of P we write RT by V dV, where volume changes from V1 to V2. So which can be written as RT, can take common integral of 1 by V dV V1 to V2, which is equal to RT of log base E V. Integral of 1 by V is nothing but a log V base E from V1 to V2. So work done in this isothermal process is equal to RT into log V2 base E minus log V1 base E. Right? We know that log A minus log B is nothing but log A by B. So which can be written as RT log base E V2 by V1. So work done in isothermal process, the equation for the work done is RT log base E V2 by V1. If you want to write log base in terms of 10, then work done in isothermal process is equal to 2.306 RT log base 10 V2 by V1 is the expression for work done isothermal process. Okay, in terms of log base C and in terms of log base 10. If n number of moles are present, then we can simply write it as nRT. Here we have substituted n for 1 mole of a gas. If n is present, it will be nRT. Okay, so from this equation, PV is equal to, from ideal gas equation, as PV is equal to nRT. Here n number of moles present constant, universal gas constant, and in isothermal process temperature is constant. Hence PV is equal to constant. Therefore P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2, or P1 by P2 is nothing but V2 by V1. So by substituting this in this equation, work done for isothermal can also be written as RT log base E P1 by P2, or work done in isothermal process can also be written as 2.306 RT log base 10 P1 by P2. So we have just calculated the work done in isothermal process in terms of volume and in terms of pressure. So in terms of in isothermal process, the temperature remains constant. Okay students, so the next one is adiabatic process. So what is meant by adiabatic process? Means a process in which the system undergoes physical changes in such a way that heat is neither allowed to enter into the system from the surroundings, nor it is not allowed to leave the system to the surroundings, is called adiabatic process. Here the thermodynamic variables like pressure, volume, temperature may changes, but the amount of heat energy or the heat energy should not enter into the system or neither leave the system. The heat should not enter the system nor leave the system, which means if you consider a cylinder, in which a gas is present and if a movable piston is there, for adiabatic process, the walls of the cylinder and piston are the bad conductors of heat. Should be a bad conductors of heat, because the heat energy should not be allowed to enter from the surroundings to the system or from the system to the surroundings. Exchange of heat energy should not take place. That means this wall should be made up of bad conductors of heat. And the piston is present, it should be thermally insulated. Then only adiabatic process can be taken place. So adiabatic process is also a quick process. Okay, because isothermal process is a slow process, but here the adiabatic process is a quick process. In adiabatic process, the amount of heat energy, change in heat energy should be zero. Heat energy should not be enter into the system nor leave the system. So dq is equal to 0. So from first law of thermodynamics, where dq is equal to du plus dw. Here dq is equal to 0, which is equal to du plus dw. So du is equal to minus dw. du is equal to minus dw. Okay, so this is the adiabatic process. So in adiabatic process, the pressure, volume and temperature changes. So let us see what is the relation between pressure, volume and temperature for the adiabatic process. Okay students, now let us see the relation between P and V in an adiabatic process. So for that, let us consider a cylinder in which 1 mole of ideal gas is taken, and here a piston is present a piston is present like this. Okay, which is a movable piston, and the walls of the cylinder are made up of bad conductors of heat, so that heat energy exchange of heat energy is not taking place. Now, by applying a force, let this piston is moves down until this point by a distance of dx, then the work done, we know that formula for work done is equal to force into displacement dx. So dw is equal to force into dx, where force is equal to pressure into area into dx. So therefore dw is equal to p into a into dx is nothing but dv. So dw is equal to p dv. And from first law of thermodynamics, we know that the equation will be dq is equal to du plus dw. Here dq is 0, so du plus dw is equal to 0. We know that as n is equal to 1 moles, so equation for du is Cv dt plus dw is nothing but pdv is equal to 0. Cv dt plus pdv is equal to 0. Consider this to be an equation 1. Okay, so now from ideal gas equation, we know that PV is equal to RT, as n is equal to 1. PV is equal to RT. Now, by differentiating, P dV plus V dP is nothing but R dt, from which dt can be written as dt is equal to P dV plus V dP by R. Okay, now substituting this value of dt in equation 1, we can write it as Cv into dt means P dV plus V dP divided by R plus P dV is equal to 0, right? From which Cv into P dV plus V into dP plus R into P dV is equal to 0. But we know that Cp minus Cv is equal to R. If you substitute here, then the equation will be Cv into P dV plus V dP plus, in terms of R, Cp minus Cv into P dV is equal to 0, from which if we multiply or expand this equation, Cv P dV plus Cv V dP plus Cp P dV minus Cv P dV is equal to 0. Here plus Cv P dV minus Cv P dP is equal to 0, from which Cv V dP plus Cp P dV is equal to 0. So by dividing by Cv PV on both sides, Cv PV, we get equation as dP by P plus Cp by Cv into dV by V is equal to 0. But here Cp by Cv is nothing but adiabatic constant gamma. So dP by P plus gamma into dV by V is equal to 0, from which gamma into dV by V is nothing but minus dP by P. Now integrating on both sides, integrating on both sides, integral gamma dv by v, where v is changes from v1 to v2, is equal to minus integral dp by p, where pressure changes from p1 to p2. Here gamma into log v from v1 to v2 is equal to, similarly, which is equal to minus log p from p1 to p2. So if we expand this equation, gamma into log v2 minus log v1, which is equal to, if minus is also there, log p1 minus log p2, which can be rewritten as gamma into log v2 by v1, which is equal to log p1 by p2, or log v2 by v1 whole power gamma is equal to log p1 by p2, or v2 by v1 whole power gamma is equal to p1 by p2, or if we cross multiply it, so p1 v1 power gamma is equal to p2 v2 power gamma, from which we can write it as pv power gamma is equal to constant. So this is the relation between pressure and volume in adiabatic process. So remember students, so in adiabatic process, pv power gamma is equal to constant. Right. Now let us see what is the relation between pressure and temperature also, or volume and temperature also. So here in adiabatic process, pv power gamma is equal to constant, whereas from ideal gas equation pv is equal to RT. If you substitute v is equal to RT by p, so then p into RT by p whole power gamma is equal to constant, or p power 1 minus gamma into t power gamma is equal to constant. As r power gamma is constant, we can write it as p power 1 minus gamma, t power gamma is constant. Or in terms of, if you want to relate in TV, then this ideal gas equation can be written as p is equal to RT by v, from which RT by v into v power gamma is constant, from which t v power gamma minus 1 is constant. So this is the relation between pressure, volume and temperature in an adiabatic process. So in adiabatic process, relation between pressure and volume is pv power gamma is constant, and pressure and temperature is p power 1 minus gamma, t power gamma is constant, or in terms of temperature and volume is tv power gamma minus 1 is constant, where gamma is called adiabatic constant, Cp by. Okay students, so the next one is work done in adiabatic process. So to calculate the work done in adiabatic process, consider a cylinder in which a movable piston is placed. So by applying the force or giving the, here as dq is 0, so by applying the force, some amount of work is done. We know that as we calculated before, work done dw is nothing but p into dv. So total work done that is capital W, or work done in adiabatic process, is equal to integral of dw, which is equal to integral of dw is nothing but p dv, where volume changes from v1 to v2 is the adiabatic process. So let it be the equation 1, right? We know that the relation between pressure and volume is pv power gamma is constant, pv power gamma is constant. So or PV is equal to PV power gamma is equal to constant means some K, where P can be written as K by V power gamma. K by V power gamma. Let's this substitute the value of P in equation 1. We can get it as work done in adiabatic process is equal to integral of V1 to V2 in place of P, K by V power gamma into dV. As K is constant, we have writing outside, and we can write it as integral V1 to V2 V power minus gamma dV, which is equal to K into integration of V power minus gamma is V power minus gamma minus 1 plus 1 divided by minus gamma plus 1 from V1 to V2. So, which can be written as K divided by 1 minus gamma into V2 power 1 minus gamma minus V1 power 1 minus gamma. Right? Here PV power gamma is constant, which means P1 V1 power gamma is equal to P2 V2 power gamma is equal to K. Therefore, work done in adiabatic process can be written as 1 by 1 minus gamma into K into V2 power 1 minus gamma minus K into V1 power 1 minus gamma can be rewritten as work done in adiabatic process is equal to 1 by 1 minus gamma into K means as it is 2 P2 V2 power gamma to V2 power 1 minus gamma minus here K means P1 V1 power gamma into V1 power 1 minus gamma. As V2 power gamma, V2 power 1 minus gamma, by simplifying this, we can rewrite it as 1 by 1 minus gamma into P2 V2 minus P1 V1 in work done in adiabatic process. This is the one of the expression. Similarly, we know that from ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT for n number of moles. Then work done in adiabatic process can be rewritten as 1 by 1 minus gamma into P2 V2 is nothing but nRT2 minus P1 V1 is nothing but nRT1. So, which can be rewritten as nR by 1 minus gamma into T2 minus T1. So, this is the mathematical expression for work done in adiabatic process, which is equal to nR by 1 by 1 minus gamma into T2 minus T1. Okay, students. So, in this session of the video, we have discussed different types of process and how to calculate the work done, how to write the first law of thermodynamics, okay, and what is the internal energy, what are the different relations between pressure and volume and temperature, or pressure and temperature in all the processes. Hope you all understand. Thank you for watching my video.